This year I'm going to make a lot of new inventions, especially since I have this new workshop. And there are 3 special projects I have in mind, but they're not easy at all, especially since I don't have the knowledge to make them and I don't have the proper tools. But one of these special projects have a little bit more of a special purpose, because if I manage to make this project, that means I have a slight chance of breaking a world record. Exciting? I think so. This is project number 1. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to make some sort of a motorized vehicle. And for about a few months ago, I was at work and I saw this pallet and I thought to myself, how hard would it be to put 4 wheels and an engine and try to make this thing drive? And the bonus side, if I manage to make this, I'm not going to be needing that forklift certification. I have always wanted to make something that generates electricity, because when I was younger, me and my dad, we built this small little micro water power plant. It didn't produce much. I think it was around 12 volts and enough energy to power 2 or maybe 3 LEDs. But still, it was really cool to see that water turning the turbine and again the turbine turning the generator to produce electricity. So now I would like to try to make something that generates proper electricity. Since I know much more about electricity, I also know how I can produce electricity. And we're not talking about 12 volts or other forms of small power generation. We're talking about the proper stuff, the 230 volts. And I'm hoping to pull out around 500 watts. That's not a lot of energy, but it is enough for a project like this, since it's my first big project to properly try to produce something. So what are we going to use to power the generator? Well, I think it would be easiest to make some sort of a windmill, because then we don't have to worry about a big magazine for water for a hydro power plant. Have you ever seen one of those old Western windmills? Well, that's going to be the inspiration for the project, because I like the look of those old windmills much more than the traditional ones. Even though they have much less efficiency, but still, I think it's going to be a really cool project to generate electricity with an old design. Then we have the last big project for the year, and that's going to be some sort of a flamethrower gloves, some sort of. I have tried this in the past. I didn't make a video about it since I didn't have much time to film it and also make it. And that's also the reason why it didn't work properly, because I didn't have much time to properly build it. So this is the Mark 1 of the flamethrower gloves project. It didn't really work that well because I had a lot of trouble with igniting all of the propane at once, because you shoot out, at least in this case, I'm using propane as the fuel. So I shoot out propane at a really high speed and I didn't manage to ignite it all at once. This is going to be the most dangerous project of all the 3 biggest projects I'm going to do this year, because this project may involve explosions, which I would like to not experience. That's the 3 main projects I'm going to be working on this year. Are they doable? Yeah, if you're an engineer. We'll see. I'm going to try my best. Just to be clear, these are not the only projects I'm going to be working on in 2025. They are just the biggest and hardest projects I'm going to take on this year. So there's of course going to be small projects between making of these big projects and stuff like that. It's certainly going to be an exciting year if I manage to build all of these projects. But yeah, they're hard. So I'll see you in the next video.